name is Professor Hassan. I'm a professor of strategic brand management at the GW School of Business. I would like to welcome our audience to this unique collaborative learning experience. We call it Client-Based Learning and Research Initiative. And what is unique about this, that it truly is a collaborative journey, where we engage our graduate students in an entire experience here, not only in live case studies, which have been a tradition part of business schools, but we go beyond that, that it is a fully engaging experience where the clients are invited to be engaged throughout this journey. So the client have been with us, not just to come in the class and do a briefing about the nature of the challenge or the nature of the problem that is facing them, but we ask them to continue to be engaged with us through what we call it a phased approach of the client-based learning on the project-based experience. So the client have a lot of vested interest because they have already spent a lot of time in this, and we appreciate a lot of the input and feedback that have been provided by the client in every one of the worksheets that we launched as part of this journey. The client have went through it, shared a lot of comments and observation, and a lot of these comments and observations are really taken at heart by us because it's enlightening. It is a community of learners in that respect. We learn from them as much as they are learning from us. And the point of interest here and the focal point of interest is definitely our students, in enhancing this as a learning experience, a unique learning experience for our students. And that's what makes the GW Collaborative Learning a unique one and a different one. Well, how did we go about it? So, the sweet treat here, and that's what we are offering the client and offering the students as a learning experience, is really taking them into a whole exercise of not only learning about what is the brand challenge facing the client, but also looking at how can we help the client align or realign the brand with the customer experience. So the students in that respect are engaged in a number of tutorials and work sessions and workshops on how to do the customer journey analysis from end to end, before, during, and after. And looking at customer experience in that respect as not only direct experience, but also looking at customer experience also as an indirect experience. Whether we are talking about planned encounters or unplanned encounters. Unplanned encounters where the customer comes across a brand as they were searching, a pop-up comes up and say, oh, very interesting, hammocks. Maybe I should consider buying hammocks as a casual furniture. Although they were not shopping for a hammock in the first place. And that's the beauty of the multi-channel multimedia. So what we do a customer journey analysis based on before, during, and after. And then we look over the entire digital media resources and how the digital media resources that are available to the customer engage them, whether they are traditional shoppers through brick and mortar, or they are online shoppers. Because think about it, we are in a multimedia marketplace now. The omni-channel is predominantly prevailing, and therefore digital resources are available to you whether you are a traditional shopper or you are an online shopper. So to what extent the digital resources are utilized by the customer over that journey, before, during, and after. And what are the positive aspects of that? What are the negative aspects of that? And how can we look into defining some of the gaps over the customer touch points? And we do that with the client's project. The students engage in interviews with the executives as well as observations in the marketplace in order to figure out what are the positive aspects, what are the negative aspects, and then compare that across a portfolio of media resources. But we take that even a step further beyond these two dimensions: the customer experience, planned, unplanned, before, during, and after, and the digital resources and the portfolio of digital resources. We take a third dimension into this, and that's where we look into the competitive space. So not only where we stand with our client's brand, but where our client's brand's customer experience stand vis-a-vis, again, key competing brands. So we look into also some of the key players within the category. So the students then interview maybe non-clients, customer users, and they look into the category users in general, in order to compare the customer journey of the client's brand with the customer journeys of competing brands, and find out where are the best practices and where are the areas of gaps, and then they start filling these bubbles are over the touch points of my customer's brand versus the touch points of key competitors. And what are the benchmarks? What are the industry benchmarks? And then they do an assessment of the gaps, and then they start analyzing what we call it an insight analysis. And then you cultivate a lot of that into what are some of the insightful takeaways that can help realign my client's customer's brand in a positive way in order to leverage media resources, in order to leverage the potential for growing the brand and repositioning the brand and moving forward. For example, one of our closing lectures or tutorials was related to brand storytelling and how storytelling that utilizes digital resources have moved companies forward in enhancing, again, customers' experiences and optimizing on the customer experiences. We looked into Lego and how the Lego movie, for example, have been a tremendous success in that direction. We looked at Coca-Cola with one of the Coca-Cola campaigns globally, internationally. And also we looked into branding Mexico, rebranding Mexico, if you will, and moving in a way that looks at Mexico beyond tequila and sunshine destination. It is more now a destination for tourism. It's now a destination for trade, a destination for B2B convention activities, and really a business hub, as it is now ranked as one of the top 20 countries in the made-in factor in a recent study by Future Brand. So what we are saying, the customer journey analysis can be incredibly insightful in helping clients align and realign the brand based on the analyses that the students do. One of the main measures, we call them the scorecards, and I call it the 6 Bs of storytelling and use of brand storytelling more effectively in brand management and marketing strategies and marketing communication strategies. And these 6 Bs, we have already tackled them in a lot of detail here, and a way of being, again, purposeful. And for a brand to grow strategically, it must have a sense of purpose in truly articulating why do we exist and why are we the brand, going to be the brand of choice for the customer, but also be relevant. So how relevant are we to the customer experience? Not only being relevant, but also be surprising. What are the surprise elements that I'm going to install in my brand that will stimulate an engaging experience, which leads us to the be engaging aspect in how to continue to leverage that engaging experience over time. But when we do that, we need also to be universal. because now one cannot think of growing brands without thinking of being global. So how about where do we grow and how do we grow and how we enhance our market presence universally? And then the last B of the 6 B's is then be measurable. And in today's market, key performance indicators are incredibly important and essential to brand performance. And that's basically the journey that we had our students go through. It's a very exciting, collaborative learning experience, and I know that a lot of students are getting a lot out of it, and I also have been also hearing a lot of positive testimonials from the clients that have been part of this wonderful journey. It's a win-win-win all learning experience, and that's why at George Washington University School of Business and the MBA program, we continue to be collaborative. Thank you.